Oh my gosh. It's just so beautiful to see all you guys. I feel like I've just been craving connection so bad. Like I'm like kind of like tweaking at this point in the pandemic. I'm like kind of like freaking out. Like at first I was like, oh my God, like I spend most of my time alone anyway. And I was like feeling my introverted self. And now I'm like twitching, you know? So it feels really good to like, and it's not just like being with like connection with like regular old people, but like people who really see and like understand you and who are on the path. Like I feel like everybody's just so far apart. Like we're all so connected, but like not. And I don't know, just really happy to see all you guys. Oh, Brandy. So you guys have been here for like 2 years. Like, what the fuck? Oh, so honored. Okay, still having people enter. And this year is the year that I'm going to start teaching. So you guys are my guinea pigs because you guys trust me and you know that I'm like pretty good at what I do. So I have free reign to mess up. Cool. Okay, so as people come in, I will just go ahead and just kind of ask you guys, like, how's your growth period going? If you want to share a little bit.
I'll share. I feel like my growth period hasn't started yet, but this is perfect timing because I start my first full-time job after college next week. So it's about to start.
Amazing. Oh my goodness. Congratulations on getting a big girl job. Yeah. That time after college is so scary.
Yeah.
Get a job. Oh, amazing. Anybody else want to share and just kind of pop in and just drop in with us? You know, let's get to know each other a little bit.
Hey, this is Ryan from Michigan. Way too much grief lately and just heaviness. And I think it just seems like no matter what I try to do, that I keep digging and it feels like the water's just filling up kind of thing. I know it's a temporary thing. I know God is in control. I know there's grace here. It doesn't make it suck any less.
Yeah.
And I'm also trying not to deal with not blaming myself and not having somebody to blame.
Yeah. Oof.
I don't know what to do if I don't have somebody to blame. But that's othering, and that's what we see, and it divides the collective. So I'm like, well, fuck, there we go. Anyway.
Yeah. It is.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate your faces and your energies.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for dropping in and sharing. Yeah, it's totally, I feel like, I mean, we're just finally coming out of this pandemic and now, you know, a world war might be starting, you know, just casually. So, you know, I feel like a lot of us are really here right now. It's like, come on, you know, really digging and digging and digging. And that is the beautiful thing about this meditation that I am so excited for, because that reminds me of just when I first started my spiritual journey. My first 2 years, like in the beginning, you get really excited because you're like, holy crap, I can change my life. And you're like using law of attraction and like things are happening. And you're like, oh my God, if I just like heal, then things change. And then about 1 to 2 years in, I call that the like insufferable period, because like you realize just how much there is, and you realize just how much work you're doing, and you're digging and you're digging and you're digging and you're digging, and you might be still in the same fucking pattern and things aren't changing, and you're like freaking out, and it's like this really tough time. And so that's what, yeah, you're like, yeah, that's where I am. Yeah, that is the growth period that I began to step out of when I started to adopt this other way of doing things. So without further ado, let me just go ahead and just ground a little bit more, just because I had everything perfect. As perfect as everything can be. Way to honor yourself, way to honor your bodies and show up. Way to be here. First, I want you just to go ahead and just touch your body and just say, thank you, body. I made it. I made it. This was so difficult to make it to, maybe. This was really hard. This month has been hard, and I'm here, and I'm here. you know. Okay, so what you guys are going to begin to notice is that for those of you who've been with me for about 2 years, is my communication is changing. My fifth chakra is changing as I allow myself to come more into pleasure and not feel so much shame for just being in this like ooey gooey, super to me feminine space of just like loving and holding my body. And so, you know, today's communication, even the way that I go about this meditation may be a lot different than what you're used to. And I take it with you. If you guys have been with me for a while, if you know how to grounding, you know, use your grounding cord. Hold on, I'm just putting the chat up. Oh, thank you, Taylor. So I totally just forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. I was like, where'd I go? ADHD. But I'm tuning more into the body. Okay, like this is going to be a bit more somatic. This is going to be a bit more, if you've had some BPI training, great. If you've had some psychic training, great. This is going to be a bit different. So if you're triggered about the differentness, fantastic, great. You're right where you need to be. Because I'm going to get you into the body a little bit, right? We're going to move. We're not going to feel shame around moving and giggling and smiling and just being in this space, you know? And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and begin my little lecture. I will be kind of reading over here, so if that triggers you too, great. Beautiful. Okay, so okay, dropping in. And if you need to move your body with this, please don't feel like you have to pay attention to me the whole time. This is not school. I just want you to be here. So if you're feeling like I need to do yoga as Courtney talks, great. Okay, so just be in your body's pleasure or do whatever you have to do. So pleasure and ease is the opposite of struggle and despair. All right. Right now, as a collective, what we're trying to do is we're trying to heal everybody. All right. And what we're doing is we're tapping in and matching a lot of this struggle energy, a lot of this struggle and despair energy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not being one of those toxic positive people. There is struggle, there is despair. Okay. I'm honoring that. But what I'm specifically talking about is where we are necessarily bringing it into our third chakras, where we're bringing it into our second chakra and our first chakra, where our first three chakras are beginning to match the world and seeing that, oh, that's what we have to be doing. That's how we help the planet. And that's how we stay safe, right? It was really funny. I was even matching this energy before I made this meditation. I was trying really hard. I was really struggling. I was like, I have to think really hard to like come up with like the perfect meditation to like help everyone get out. And I was like, oh wait, that's funny. I'm matching this energy right now. All right. And so there's a way you can honor this, but not bring it in and feel the purity of your own feelings of struggle and despair and whatever that is. Okay, so it's not a complete sham. All right. When you begin to move into the sixth and the seventh chakra, when you start to use spiritual work, there is a layer of ease. We right now as a collective, right, these people that you guys are with me right now, right, we have our first three chakra needs mostly taken care of. We are not in Ukraine, okay? We are not being threatened immediately, all right? So we have the privilege right now to step into a vibration that does help the planet, right? We have that privilege, you know? So here, at least I'm gonna talk about the United States, we are taught that pleasure is something that is found outside of the body. All right, we are taught that it's outside of us. We are taught that once you get this job, once you get this promotion, this amount of money, once the rent is paid, once you get here, once you get the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the they friend, that these things are going to provide you with pleasure and happiness. But They never do, or it's super temporary. How many of you guys have like have you gotten the job and you're like, yes, I got the job. And you're like, okay. And you're back in the thing, right? You're back in the like, all right, now what, now what, now what? Right. And that to me is the rat race, right? Or it feels like no matter how hard you work, it's like you're in this hamster wheel. All right. So that's what I'm describing. It's like you're in a hamster wheel, and no matter how fast you run, you can't escape this never having enough, or never being enough, or never being happy. Right. And so I'm not trying to sell you perfect happiness, but you can learn from pleasure too. And a lot of people don't have the permission to. So in actuality, pleasure is an energy that the body naturally runs. It is something that we have access to at all times. We have just been programmed by religion, by society, gender norms to just not run this energy, all right? This is done on purpose to keep you controlled. All right, I'm gonna be super real. This is done on fucking purpose. All right, if you're happy, then you're not gonna run out and try to buy all these things and do this to try to like, you know, and provide our company with this much money and this and you know, all that stuff. If you're happy, that doesn't really right now where the economy is, that doesn't help the economy. We need unhappy people to constantly be buying things, right? You can also buy things from happiness, but you know. All right, so when you begin to access your body's divine right to pleasure, you become a match to all of your desires and money. Pleasure energy is sourced from the ovaries and the testes. All right, so on a purely mechanical level, this energy runs from your ovaries and testes through all 7 chakras in your body. It's a channel. All right, and so it runs through you. This energy should just run naturally. Oh wait, hold on. Pleasure is not just related to sex. It is related to pleasure in life itself. It is related to when you're super giggly and you're super happy and you're having one of those moments where you're like, oh my God, like I'm just genuinely like enjoying what I'm doing from this purely intrinsic place. So it is true joy. True ability to receive and enjoy what you have cultivated no matter the circumstance. It's like when you see a flower and you're like, oh my God, that flower. It's really like, wow, life is amazing, you know? So lots of pleasure blocks, lots of pleasure chakra blocks, okay, can make life really hard in the bodies. It has you always learning from pain. It has spiritual work be fucking digging, and just nothing's ever good enough. You can even go, there's even the rat race when it comes to spiritual work. It's just like, no matter what you do, there's just like this, like, I can't get there. It's kind of like life constantly cock blocks you from receiving that orgasm. It's like, where is it? You know? And so, in fact, this struggle is even glorified. It's glorified everywhere. You see it everywhere. You know, oh yeah, that person was just given 10 grand. You know, they don't, whatever, they're not that good, you know, or they don't deserve that, or they had it easy, you know. It's like the struggle is genuinely glorified, and it's actually something that unifies us, especially right now in the States. It's kind of like this, like, oh yeah, we're all struggling, life is so fucking hard, we can't get ahead, and it's kind of like this unifying force. And we see these people that are doing like really well, and a lot of the times I've seen it all over TikTok, it's like they're just getting beat up. Like, it's just like, or just things like when people are doing well, it's like nobody can do anything right now without like getting beat up for some reason, right? And so even in organized, this really started in organized religion, right? The body is the source of all pain and sinfulness. And once you get to heaven after a lifetime of suffering, that's when you get to experience pleasure, when you release the body, this disgusting thing. But this is what life is supposed to be like. So to manifest the life that you desire, First, you must ground deeper into your body's pleasure. Then you become a magnet to a pleasurable life. Then you tap into it. It's here, it's in the body. It's in the body. And then it comes to you. Okay. So I was going to lead you guys through like a super simple meditation, but I just literally saw it wasn't enough for what we have to do. There is just so many blocks to grounding pleasure in the body that I asked the Supreme Being to gift us with angels that specifically work with pleasure. So I've been trained on how to channel. I have channeled many times. I train with healing beings, okay? But because a lot of you guys in here are beginners, I didn't want to just get some healing being angels. One, they can't lie. They can't fucking lie. So they're always good, good for you. And two, angels also, I had it written down. Angels are also going to help you work out some of that religious programming from all past lives. Because angels, it's like, oh, this angel, like, this is sacred, this is holy. It's not just some like random healing being. It's like, oh no, this is aligned with God in some way. And a lot of religions, you know, have angels. So I saw that being the best thing to begin to align you into this pleasure. So yeah, you guys are gonna get an angel. And some of you guys have had angels with me before and have met them before and have so much fun with them. And so you're gonna get this angel and they're gonna be a healing being for you. Cool. So from that point, I'm gonna stop before we step into a meditation because I just talked a lot. And ask if you guys have any questions about anything I said, and then we'll move into a meditation. You can just unmute yourself because I can't see. Oh.
I don't have a question, but I do want to share something that I just realized as we're trying to learn a little bit about manifesting. I was just talking to my grandma about how I wanted to work with angels more. And I totally just realized that we're doing that now. So hooray.
Bringing it in, validation. Gold suns, raining down. Oh, it's so fine, Jess, you're good. Okay. I know who you are, Jess, too. Amazing. Any other shares? Any other like, Courtney, what the fucks? You can totally say that to me too. You can be like, a life of pleasure? Come on.
Can I just say that I laid down to take a nap earlier. I got really tired all of a sudden, like around, I don't know, 3 o'clock, and I laid down. And then my alarm went off and I felt like I'd been hit by a brick wall. And so I laid back down again and I ended up sleeping till like 7:15. And I get up and see your email about the growth period. And I'm like, damn it, I should have known it was Courtney doing something.
It's always me doing something. I like literally even dreamed about doing this meditation with you guys already last night too. I'm like, oh yeah, we're in it.
Like, what is going on? I felt really good this morning for the first day in like a week. And then all of a sudden I'm like, Courtney.
You have to blame yourself too, because I can only heal you to the extent you can heal yourself, Jess.
I know.
Team effort to fuck up your life. Okay, so from this space, any other comments, any other shares? We need to stand up real quick. Body's moving, grooving, flowing.
I just want to say that I haven't really felt too much like I've been in like a very difficult growth period or anything, but I've also like I haven't watched like any of the recap videos yet. And I know those are really important for integrating things into our space, but as soon, like I've been yawning this whole time. And so it feels like it's all coming in right now. And I'm really excited to be here. I didn't even know this was happening until yesterday. I don't know if you talked about it at all, but I didn't know it was happening until you posted about, what'd you say?
I just posted it. You're like,
yeah. I wasn't sure if it was something when you posted the other day about Sunday's meditation, when you were talking about doing a healing for Ukraine as well. I was like, there's a meditation on Sunday. Whoa.
I think I forgot to post it. I was like, I knew it. I feel like I sent out the telepathic Evite. That's the problem with being so psychic is that like, and having like severe, like almost severely impaired ADHD. I got like almost like, like on the disability spectrum with it of like, I like literally am like, oh yeah, no, everybody knows. And then I just forget to tell everybody and everyone like telepathically is like, yeah, I'll be there. Amazing. Well, you're going to watch those videos at the exact time that you're meant to watch them. So maybe you're going to do some clearing tonight and then you're going to be able to integrate that information later. Like,
Yeah.
So I don't ever shame you for the time that you watch the videos, just as you guys don't shame me for the time that I put out the videos, because I put them out late sometimes. So it's all perfect. You know, it's all divine. This is spiritual work. There's no right or wrong. Right. Cool. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna stand up real quick. Woo! Just move. Oh, all right. Okay, let's do this. So I'm gonna lead you through this meditation first. We're gonna stop, ask questions, then there's gonna be another one. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. First thing I want to say though, before we move into it, don't worry about being perfect or seeing the perfect thing, or if you don't see anything at all, it is literally perfectly like where you need to be. So none of what you experience is wrong. It's actually going to probably propel you on your journey. And if you have any questions about it, like, oh, Courtney, I didn't see this, like I'll be able to be like, oh, I'll tell you what chakra is blocked or something like that, and then we'll move into the actual healing with the angels. So right now we're just going to meet the angels, okay? And then we will heal with them after we have some questions. Oh, Denise just entered. Denise just entered. We're just about to start our meditation. I can't see you, but you're somewhere. This is so perfect. So what we're about to do, just in case anybody else moved in, we're beginning to meet our angels, our pleasure angels. Okay. Whew. Breathing, breathing, breathing in the bodies, in the bodies. Oh my God, I'm in so much pleasure right now just being with you guys. Okay. All right, everybody, go ahead and begin to close your eyes and put your feet flat against the floor. This is going to help you be in the most grounded state right now in this space. You may have some other ways of getting grounded. I invite you to try my way tonight. There's no wrong. Everything I'm doing right now is an invitation. Okay. So close your eyes, feet flat against the floor. Take a big breath. Breathe. Remember, oh my God, we're about to meet a being. Holy cannoli. Okay, begin to visualize if you can, a tube of energy connecting from your hips to the center of the planet. All right, and don't think too hard about it, like, oh, there's like a room below me. No, just like see like a circle, like a dot. Oh, it's connected there, hips to dot or something. Super simple, super easy, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're going to allow this tube to act as a vacuum, okay? This tube is going to begin to suck you from everywhere you were currently, from all the people in this room, from me, from conversations you've had, from your money issues, everything. This tube of energy is just going to pull you, working with the earth, down, down, down like gravity, bringing you in. And the tube is going to drain any foreign energy that's just in your body, keeping you from just really coming into that spot. So right now you're forming a beautiful connection with Mother Gaia. She is here to hold you, to nurture you, to support your journey in a human body. And begin to just allow her to pull you in. And allow this loving and deep connection to just continue to pull you out of everywhere. Come home to her. Come home to your body. Come home to the earth. From your dreams, from the future, from the past. And just begin to just breathe and come in. You may even begin to touch different parts of your body. I like to touch my chest as I come in. Beautiful. It's safe here. It's safe here. It's safe here. Beautiful. And as you sink deeper into your body in this earth connection, as you feel safer in your chair, I want you to begin to visualize the supreme being out in front of you. Oh, yeah. Connecting you with God. Did that unground you? The supreme being may be like a pillar of light. They may be sacred geometry, maybe just gold in front of you. When I first started, I always saw the supreme being as Morgan Freeman because of Bruce Almighty. Hello, Courtney. I have some messages or some words for you. And just kind of tap in and see, does the supreme being have any words for you? Any words of validation? Is it, what's it like? Maybe this is your first time really saying hello to the supreme being. Whoa, that's a healing for you already. You're already doing that. Yeah, you're not alone. Yeah, this is one connection that never leaves. Beautiful. You can trust the earth. You can trust the supreme being. Now that you've gotten some words from supreme being, or maybe whatever you experience, maybe some sensations, have the supreme being assign you or just show you your angel that you met last night with me on the astral. It may be an angel you know, it may be an angel you don't know. It may look completely different than anything you've ever seen before. Ooh, whoa, just came in, sorry. Wow, hello. And seeing if this angel is vibrating maybe at a specific color. This angel specifically chose you. You specifically called in this angel to work with you. It is perfectly fine if you can't see anything yet, it is there. This angel may have a gender. This angel may have no gender. This angel may look biblical, may look completely different. Allow yourself to visualize without judgment of anything you're seeing. Even if you're seeing nothing, it's not wrong. Anything you're seeing is correct and right. Try and see if you can receive a hello from your angel. You may hear it. Hello. Perhaps did you get a name? Does this angel have a name? Or does it just feel better being a color? Good. Good. All right. And I want you to ask this angel the last question before you get to step out of that meditation and send your angels back onto the astral. They'll come back for you. Why did this angel choose you? Why were you chosen? Why were you special? we often we put these beings without bodies on pedestals, but maybe this angel has something to learn from you too. All right, beautiful. Go ahead and allow that angel to just kind of step back, and you can have it hang out in the corner of your room. You can have it hang out in the astral plane, just as long as it's outside your aura. If you like it being your little buddy, okay, you can have it hang out with you. From that space, go ahead and just visualize a golden sun of energy, just filling you in with tons of validation. You just did that. And go ahead and begin to step out of meditation. Feel all that you need to feel, move all that you need to move. Whoa, arm just came in. Oh, the power, the power, the power. Good job. I'm gonna stand up too. Did not get to go to yoga today. Yeah, oh my God, when they all came in, it was like a whoop. Like I felt it. It was so cool. Oof. Okay, questions, comments, shares. You sharing, it will spark growth in another person. So please, 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 please feel free to speak up and share and be seen. You have any questions, frustrations? Like,
yeah, I like to. Can you guys hear me well? Because I have my AirPods in.
I can kind of hear you, yeah.
Okay, cool. For me, like I kept on when I was doing the communications, everything was just colors to me. Like when I was asking like what was the reason, I kept on seeing like black and silver and things. And then the angel, it kept on like changing to like these different like scenarios. Like I saw myself like, I guess now that I'm speaking about it, I know I was like in the moon somewhere. And like I was like sitting and we were like chilling and like it was real like casual. But then also sometimes they had this form of like this angel with wings and this white gown and like this fire sword, and they were like slicing me almost. Like I don't know what was going on. And but when I was in front of the supreme being, my body was reacting. Like I just saw this gold sun, and I couldn't even help myself. But then it started feeling like, I'm not gonna lie, it started feeling like tantra. It started feeling like I was like having this pleasurable like. I almost felt really guilty because I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was starting to have sex. God,
Right?
very,
oh my God, how dare you? It's all these people.
Cool. Okay, cool. I was
Weird.
like, whoa, like this is a little freaky. Like this
Yeah.
is like that is weird. Like it was so trippy. Then on top of that, like I kept on seeing a bunch of different like people like in here, like faces, like I don't know how to describe it, but like the earth. I started seeing like the earth go to the different women that are in the chat right now. Like the faces started to change. It was very interesting, honestly. It was very, very interesting. But the main thing for me is that all the communications were through like colors, except for that one vision of me being inside the moon.
You're communicating purely with spirit. Like you're just getting the downloads immediately. Like sometimes you don't need to like create meaning. You're just like it's like the download is just hitting your sixth chakra, just hitting. You know, I don't know. I don't know if you probably have. Have you ever done acid or shrooms? And I remember just like looking around and just being like, I just get it. I don't know, like things are just happening, and like I just like fucking get it. Like I just look at the rose and be like, yeah. You know what I mean? And you're just like, whoa, like I just get it all. You know, and you're just in that space, you're just purely communicating in that language of spirit. So like amazing job, amazing, just receive. It was all perfect for you. Oh, that's so cool. You know, oh, thank you for sharing. And I love how you shared about the supreme being and feeling that tantra, and you're like, like I'm feeling a lot of pleasure around a lot of people. You're gonna, it's right where we're leading to into the next meditation of like, this is bad. Like, you know, I'm turned on. You know. Oh, thank you. Other shares.
I want to share. For me, it was really interesting because when we were like seeing our angels, I like wasn't seeing anything at first, and it was like, what's going on? And then it popped in as like, you know that meme of like the biblically accurate
Yes,
angel with the
yes, I thought somebody was gonna bring that in, like, you know, do not fear me. Weird like thing. Yeah.
literally, and I was cracking up. I was like, this is so fucking funny. And already I was noticing how like it's bringing in that like that pleasure and like that joy and that like childlike innocence. I was like, oh my god, I love this. This is so funny. We're already like having so much fun together. So yeah, it was just beautiful and a lot of fun.
Yes, and you know, it's so funny that you bring that up too, because like, you know, when you think of angels, right? Like I immediately think of this like white guy, right? That's it's everywhere. It's like this white guy with like long blonde hair or something, and he's like and he's like a lot of like perfectly carved, like this ideal of perfection. And the beautiful thing about enjoying life in the body is when you get out of that religious, like perfect and clean programming, you enjoy the sex, you enjoy the body more when you're not so focused on like, oh, that's what good looks like. So like sex when it's like messy, you know what I mean? When you're not caring about looking perfect, when you're just enjoying life in the body, you know, it's kind of like they were bringing in that element of like, yeah, no, I'm not this ideal of like perfection that we all have been programmed. No, this is real and it's fun, and like the reality is so much more pleasurable, you know? So amazing. Also, I love it. I love when it's like a meme. I knew it. I knew someone was going to bring that in. That's immediately what I thought. It was like, do not fear me. Oh my God. Amazing. I'm just looking at.
I'd like to share as well.
Yeah.
I like came in at 9, like just from work. I like ran from work. I was like, I knew this was happening. So I like ran into my room and turned my like camera on, but I tried to like ground myself and really, but I like at the same time, I saw something. I did. It wasn't black for me, but I mainly just saw like wings.
Yeah.
Or very like very like big like comforting wings that kept like flapping, and the way they were just like flapping were very much just like there was like a rhythm to it.
Yeah.
And like a pulsation, like they were flapping at a certain rhythm that was very like or like a vibration that was very comforting. And it was like just the way it was flapping its wings, and I don't know, like I just felt like very safe. And when kind of like, what's your name? And I was like trying to get their name, and their voice was just so deep and very, very deep and very, very comforting. And I guess kind of just like this, I don't know, like a fatherly like
Yeah.
type of like figure, but it was really nice. Like I felt very accepted.
Oh,
I think.
amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so cool is this? Like we literally get to play with angels and magic. Like how fucking dope. Okay, sorry. Like, it's so amazing. Thank you for sharing. You know, and that's probably what you're like. I'm kind of going through a similar process right now. A lot of you guys kind of know my growth period with my father. And in order to really get that person out of your space, you know, or really stop manifesting a certain thing, if your body is associating with like that with love or a specific type of abuse with love, you're not going to get it out because the body is craving it somewhere. The body's like, oh, even though like I'm getting yelled at 24/7, it's like, even though mind is like, oh, that's not love. I don't want this. But body is like, oh, this feels like home. This feels good, you know? And so the beautiful thing about you bringing in that father figure and like that kind of that energy of like, you know, that divine male, that maleness, it's going to really, really allow you a safe container for you to step into. I know you identify as feminine, so to step into your feminine, you know, for you to, it provides you with the safety, and then you can step deeper into that and expand into that pleasure. So amazing, amazing, amazing. I know, I love working with angels too, Alyssa. He's 60 feet tall. Do you guys ever see that TikTok where there's like the Shrek and it's like standing over people and it's like dancing? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Maybe, maybe not. Oh God, everything's a meme. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Any other questions? Any other movements we need to do before we step into our next meditation? Oh, Shelby, get it, girl. Yes. Oh, nothing is ugly, nothing is weird. You're so safe here. It's safe to be in this space. Yeah.
I was super
Courtney,
excited when my thanked. Oh, sorry.
You're okay.
Go ahead, go first.
Oh, I was just going to share something really quick because my experience was a little different, and I feel like, but as I've listened to everyone talking, I'm making connections. One, it was very emotional. I cried the whole time.
Yeah.
And my angel was actually my dog that passed away. And I've been having dreams about my dog, like last night and the night before. And then I remembered, Courtney, in one of our one-on-one sessions, you would share that there's always a dog with me. So I'm like, well, all right, that's probably why I was so emotional. But it was just weird. Like, I'm very good at connecting with Jesus, my supreme being. And then I was like, okay, show me. And then it's just my dog. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I did, so I thought it was kind of weird. But that's what it
Not
is.
at all. Because I mean,
Yeah.
animals have animals
Yeah.
don't feel any shame for being in pleasure at all. It's just
Mhm.
part of their bodies. They don't have religion.
Mhm.
They don't have anything or anything telling them that that's bad. And again, not all religions are bad, right? But
Mhm.
you specifically, I love this for you because I know you've had such religious trauma. And I just remember years ago when you first entered, you were so fucking scared. You're like, Courtney, I need to get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
So I just,
Yeah. I was like, something bad is going to happen, but I have to do this.
yeah. So I just really want to validate, for you, your angels, I'm sure is very validating to allow that healing to work, So yeah, a dog working with you, all that experience to just be animal. That's what perhaps what you're bringing in is just the body's permission to just be animal, not look a specific way, not be perfect, not this, just like feel that pleasure and what, and how do dogs move and how do they run, they bark, they like stretch, they do funky things, there's no weirdness around it. They just do stuff. So, amazing. Okay, Ryan, you were to say something?
I was a little struck when I heard my angel's rather ordinary, non-gendered, identified as Madrigal, and that there was a clear message, and I like typed it out, and I'm rereading it now, and I just put on my heart to share. For you need to remember the divine song in your heart. I also hardened my heart and worked harder in my lifetime and have so much joy to teach you. Thank you for bringing me here.
Y'all.
And I'm like, oh, well, like you were saying the mutuality of it. And I don't often associate how the reception is mutual.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for sharing as well. I want to hear from somebody who maybe didn't see their angel. I want to hear, did anybody here have a hard time seeing their angel or feeling a struggle?
Hi, I was actually just about to speak up about that. Yeah. So today is an interesting day for me, particularly. The reason I'm bringing this up is because someone who's passed, one of my best friends, it's his birthday today. And sorry, I'm going to get really emotional. He is the funniest kid, always had everybody laughing. And I could see part of the angel, like the bottom half, she was wearing a pink dress, and I could tell that it was a girl. And at first I was confused because I saw him and he was bringing her to me, but I didn't see her at first. Well, at first I thought it was him, and I was like, of course it's fucking you. You like, he always said he thought he was going to die young, and he was like, but don't worry, I'm going to haunt you. And I was like, okay. Like straight up. And like, when I tell you, I'll be like holding something and then seconds it's 2 feet across the room. I'm like, Garrett, can you not, like, please? I'm trying to do something right now. Like, no, he was the funniest kid, and like I swear to God, it's him on certain things. And so when I saw him, I thought it was him, that he was gonna be like my angel, but then I realized it wasn't, that I was getting like a feminine presence. And that's when I saw like the pink, and I could see like she was wearing like a long pink dress. So I saw like the bottom and like her hands, like they were at her side, but I couldn't see anything above it. And so that was like weird to me. And I was like, I don't know if I'm having a block just because like today's emotional for me because I missed him so much, or if it's something else. I've struggled to see things, certain things it's really easy for me to see, but others not so much. It's weird.
Well, I want to validate that entire experience because that sounds angelic and in pleasure to me, right? So could you kind of see bits and pieces of your angel?
Yes, I was definitely getting like a shy feminine presence, which was also weird to me because I was not expecting that. I was like, pleasure, I'm thinking like bigger, more exciting, more loud, because that's like more of the person that I want to grow into, because I definitely have stifled a lot of that part of myself. And so I want to go into that more. So I wasn't expecting that either. But yeah, it's really hard for me to picture like waist up.
That's okay. That's perfect. So you are exactly right where you need to be with that. I'm so excited that you even brought this topic to the space because there is shame for going into the other binary. There's shame to going into the other side of the binary, of being able to see. So in our society, right, there is a lot of value for the right side, right? The right side when it comes to analytical things, when it comes to being male, or when it comes to being light versus dark. And what I was really seeing last night, what you guys were really beginning to work out, was this energy of just where this thing is valued more than this thing, and there's shame around this, right? So like even in weird ways, struggle is more valued than pleasure. And there's like shame and badness for being on this other side of the binary and for going into this other thing. And even interestingly enough, you know, when it comes to like being genderless, that's still like not the, oh, you're not fitting into the binary norms of left and right. Like even that's like bad, right? You know? And so what I'm just really seeing right now is that what you guys are really beginning to do is really tap into releasing shame for being in that sixth chakra space. Because what's valued is not, you know, talking in the language of spirit, at least over here in, I would say, like the West. It's not valued over here, right? What's valued is proving everything. What's valued is science. What's valued is just analytical things, prove it. And so what you're beginning to do is release shame for stepping into, do you identify as woman? I want to make sure.
Yes.
So you're beginning to step into that other side of the binary and see it as holy and good, and own your femininity and own that space, the other side of the binary up in the sixth chakra, where it's not just mental analytical, and releasing and going into it. And as you begin to do that more, you can have your angel begin to release the shame too. You can really step into that space and begin to see more. So if you guys are having a hard time seeing, you can have, in the next healing that I'm going to lead you through, you can have your angel begin to heal that space and begin to open it up and release all the shame. For some of you, there might be like witch past lives, right? You got fucking, you died, you know, for going into this. For some of you, there just might be like, especially even in like the Catholic religion, like the fact that I just brought the supreme being down to you guys, that's not allowed. Only the Pope can do that. The Pope only has direct communication with God. There's shame around that. So if you guys even had a hard time with that, you get what I mean? Hold on one second. Hi, Zoom user. Can I just see your face, please? Zoom user. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just checking in real quick just to keep the energy because I just felt a little bit of a shift in the energetic space. So I just want to thank you, Zoom user. Okay, moving in, moving in. Everybody else, can you just put on your cameras real quick before we move into that other side of the meditation? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I just got whacked by my dad, that's all. I was like, I just got smacked. I was like, what was that? Give me just a second to just clear that out. I'm talking about women owning their bodies. Right? Yeah, Taylor, I was like, ugh. Like I got like hit by something. I'm like, what was that? I'm not perfect. I'm getting into this real quick. Melissa. Oh my God. Angel, can you come and heal me, please? Mine's pink. And she has hearts all over her. She matches my aesthetic. Ooh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. That was a big whack. Oh my God. I had a feeling this was happening, but oh, thank you guys. I feel better. Now I know. Now that I know it's a safe space. Do you know what the coolest thing about this is? This is the first time I've been with you guys in like 6 or 7 months that my dad's not in this space with me. He's not infiltrating it. Like I'm actually owning my power right here. So like, thank you for turning on, like, thank you. Thank you for turning on your cameras. Thank you for, being here with me because this means the world to me as I really begin to step into my 3rd chakra and really own my power in this space, So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, yeah. So anyway, pardon?
Oh, I was gonna ask a question, but I didn't know if you had finished.
Okay, yeah, no, it's all good. I just want to kind of complete and just say that when it comes to those binaries of just being all that stuff, you're going to be releasing a lot of shame for being on that other side of the binary or just deciding to get rid of the binary completely. So perfect, perfect, perfect. Big bold suns. And then what was your question, love? Let's move into it. And then
I'm like really like feeling a lot of sensations like frequently, like, and I guess like, do you have any advice? I'm like seeing things, I'm like feeling things going through my body. Like when people are sharing their experiences, I start like seeing things and it's just a lot coursing through me. Like, and do you like how to navigate that? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really feeling like,
whoa, it's a lot. Just opened up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and kind of tune in and kind of see that tube of energy for you, and just that tube of energy, and just get really grounded with that. For you, maybe see that tube of energy as something different, maybe as like something very real, like a tree. And just kind of have that tree just really really bring you in and just kind of solidify them. Like,
ooh, that's a lot of emotion.
You have a body.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Good job. Keep bringing it in. And too, when we move into the healing space as well, go ahead and you'll have your angel heal your 1st chakra and just make sure there's like solidity. Clearing some of that. Yeah, because it looks like for you, you're very, very open. And so there's also a lot of fear from past lives of like, bad things are going to happen to me if I'm too open. It's going to be too much, or I can't control this. I can't control this. So you can have the angel clear that energy too. Yeah. Yes. Water, doing human things, eating.
Okay. I can eat during this?
Yeah, you can eat something too, just kind of touch it.
Yeah, because it's definitely just feeling so not overpowering, but like I'm gonna like explode into like a fireworks or something. So I'm like the energy surging. So that's like kind of.
What if you that actually looks interesting. What if that wasn't a bad thing right now? What if you stopped judging it? What if you just allowed yourself to be firework and you're safe to be?
Honestly, when you just said that, I have so much joy.
Yeah, that's your pleasure. Your pleasure's going off. You tapped into it. and there's fear around it. You're clearing the fear. Looks like a Kundalini kind of kicked on too. Yeah. Uh-oh, you're frozen. Yes. Oh, now all the forward energy, I'm just gonna ground him. If you guys need some help grounding at the end of this, don't worry, I got you, okay? All right. Okay, we're gonna step in. I'm just gonna type to, hold on. But if you're still not okay, I'll ground you at the end. Yeah, if you guys are getting scared, most likely that is everybody losing control over you. Whoa, you know, you're stepping into this space. So yeah, okay, so beautiful. So now we're gonna step into this space of beginning that healing work. Good job, everybody. And we're gonna step into that grounding space and everyone's feeling all this pleasure just moving through them. Whoa, scary, you know, why is that scary? You know, you're in a safe container. I have the space in a container of total pleasure. If you're feeling a little of that fear, go ahead and do that tree grounding when I start to meditate with that grounding. If you're like, I need to be solid, right? Okay, cool. All right, I'm actually gonna go ahead and just kind of create a tree around the whole class. We are solid human beings. Whew. There we go. Oh yeah, he's releasing a lot. Here we go. All right, everybody. This one's gonna be more winged, this meditation. I kind of have it, but I didn't have the time because I was too busy trying to perfect the beginning, but it's gonna be perfect. All right, yeah, tree, everybody. All right, everybody, go ahead and begin to step into meditation. And have your feet flat against the floor. And if you need to see that tree, if you like that tree visual being super grounded, you have a body, nothing to fear. Yeah, no, everyone's like really high vibing. We're stepping into the quantum, and what you're feeling, all that fear, is everybody losing control. All right. Breathe, you have a body. Breathe, you have a body. Breathe, you're safe. Breathe, everything you're experiencing is safe and okay. Even if you're buzzing, even if you're feeling super grounded, even if you're feeling super low, even if you're feeling super high, it's all okay. It's okay. You're feeling all these things because I've created a container for you to feel safe to experience them, and you will not get punished from me, right? So your bodies are like, whoa. All right, go ahead and begin to call your angel towards you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, your angel is there. Your angel's there supporting you. All right. And this is going to be a bit more of a triggering meditation. And this is all the fear and everything that's coming up right now. You are all so psychic. It's amazing validating you. I want you to do your best to recall the first time you were shamed for being in total pleasure. You may see images, you might just get a flash, you might just get a color. You might get a sensation in your body. Try to go back to that first time, and if you can't, if it's like triggering you, like, I'm not perfect, just think of a time you were shamed for being in pleasure. You were so happy. And then maybe your dad was like, calm down. Or maybe a teacher was like, how dare you? Like, Or I'll never forget, for me, I remember one time it was actually during 9/11, I was 6 years old and I was just super happy. And my mom was like, how dare you just be happy during this time? I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. You know, what are you doing? We're all supposed to be mourning. You know, that first time you were shamed or punished. Get that moment. This is going to be a little bit different. Go into the drama of it. Go into the sadness of it. Really see inner child you. Or just get a sensation of them. And I want you to hold your body as if you were that parent and holding that child during that time. I want you to be with your body as you go through that emotion, as you feel the thing and you hold yourself. And maybe you see adult you holding little you and being like, that's okay, let's just go play outside. It's okay. Let's go play. Keep being like this. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I love you like this. I love you like this. This you is a blessing. This you is a total blessing. And now I want your angel, and you can either see your angel going directly towards you or towards little you, whatever shows up for you in this process is all correct. And I want you, that angel, to start to clear that shame in your loop. Where that first shame, where you first got punished, you might see it in your first chakra. When that happened, you might have been like, oh my God, is mom gonna hit me? Am I gonna get hurt? Am I gonna get abused for this? You know, maybe it's in the fourth chakra. Oh my God, I'm bad. That fourth chakra identity of like, I'm bad. I'm a bad person for being happy when I'm not supposed to be, for running this energy. This is bad. I'm bad. Maybe your sixth chakra got really whacked because you had a positive outlook and you were just like, it's gonna be fine. Like, I see the truth here, or see something, or I'm just really happy here. You know, and you can just watch that angel just begin to clear, and you may see that shame. You can be super simple as a specific color. That shame or that punishment as that color begins to leave your space. Yeah, it's so okay. You are not alone right now. You have been taught that you're going to be alone if you're like this, that everyone's going to hate you maybe, or that you deserve to be punished for being like this. You've been taught that this mindset, that this aspect, this true part of your being is bad. And what you're doing is your angel is coming in and you're there and you're holding yourself and you're telling little you, and angel's coming in and blessing you and saying, this is so sacred. This is sacred. This is a blessing. Maybe you're in so much pleasure that you start to cry, or maybe you're in so much pleasure that, like, you know, you started to run really fast and you had so much motivation in your third chakra. You wanted to do so much. You were so happy and you just wanted to run and run and run and run. Maybe you're ashamed there, punished for that. Yeah. Yeah, and just kind of just keep allowing that to happen. And as this happens, if you're in that space where you're like, okay, I'm ready to fill in, have your angel begin to fill you in with, this is sacred, this is good, the opposite of that treatment. So if you were like, fourth chakra, I'm bad, I'm good. This is good, right? This is great. I'm good. This is good. This is a blessing. Maybe in the first chakra, I'm safe. You're safe with me. I've got you. I'm holding you. Right? Good. Just watch it fill in with like a color. What is that color for you that they're filling in with? What is pleasure for you? What color is that today? And it can change. It can change every 5 minutes. What is it right now in present time? What is that angel just beginning to bring in? What is that? And just watch it go through your chakras, or maybe it goes to a body part, because body parts are related to chakras. Maybe it goes to somewhere in your aura. Yeah. Yeah, so just keep filling and filling and filling and filling. This is so good. You're so good. You're so held. It's okay. Yawning is great. Moving is great. Good. Now from this space, go ahead and just begin to allow that angel to finish up. You can get infinite healings on this at any time from your angel. Don't worry. And just begin to step out of that meditation. Begin to have that angel ground you if you need it. Yeah, angels can do that for you. Sometimes they'll put their hands on my shoulders and really put me down. It's okay. And when you're ready, go ahead and begin to step out of that meditation and begin to open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, your toes, stand up, wiggle. Don't stand up, don't do anything at all, whatever you want to do. You just cleared so much. I'll do one final meditation after this, so I'll have questions. I know I wanted to teach you guys how to manifest. Instead, I'm going to write that down and give it to you guys later. This is a bit more important to me of what I'm seeing, the work that's happening here. It's going to help you, might even help you make your lists, because next time I'm going to really trigger you. So beautiful. How was that for you? Feeling anything? Yeah. Beautiful. You guys were releasing so much. Yeah. Comments. It's okay if you've already shared a lot. There's no, I'm not going to shame your fish chakra for being in pleasure from talking a lot, Ryan.
Okay, Jack. Like, honestly, that was so profound. I was hearing a lot. Like when we were supposed to be filling in, I was still being like just hit with that fire for it, like just so much. Like it was just so much clearing. It was to the point that it even became like this like, well, I don't know what to call it. It was like this ball that was supposed to be scheduled to like purify like the rest of it later, like to continue it on. And then like I had all these colors, like I saw like cotton candy, pink and blue. I saw like the ultraviolet, like the quantum thing. But then it all just started turning white. Like everything just started being white energy. And like, I don't, honestly, like when I came back, I feel so much more, like before everything felt more ethereal. Now everything is just so like, I don't know how to put it, material. I don't know, integrated. Everything's so much clearer now. Like,
Added into your body. So you're experiencing pleasure out of your body, and you didn't have the pleasure.
oh, yeah. I'm like seeing things like very head on.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's very profound. Like, yeah, it's honestly like so simple to me. Like, I can't even like, it's just profound. Like, everything's so simple now. It's distinct to me.
Amazing. Oh, amazing. Yeah. So you see how you just integrated that there was all that fear of what was happening. Oh my God, all the fear. And you cleared all the fear. You brought it in. It became something so good. And like, oh, this is safe. It's okay. You know, like all of that stuff. Beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like I had like a lot of gold energy too, like solar plexus energy, but most of the energy, I felt it in my heart chakra.
Yeah. Well, my heart's bursting with all you guys. Do you feel the energy of the space? Do you feel this shit right now? Like y'all, we're like in something. We're in a fucking portal. All right, like we're like in a grounded portal, but you know what I mean. We're like moving, like a sacred. Thank you, Shelby. Yes, a sacred container. Oh, we're somewhere. Oh, Taylor, what's up?
Sabrina actually put their hand up first, so they can go first.
Oh, Sabrina, I'm sorry. Wait, did I get your pronouns wrong earlier? You guys
I just used they because I don't know. So
okay. Maybe I should do that more. Thanks, Taylor.
That's okay. Thank you. I just wanted to share that that was like really important for me. I think like the way that kind of got me like connected into like this meditation right now, like this was like the exact thing we healed last time, like one-on-one, just like me and like whatever shamed me when I was a kid, and like really like going back into that and just having like that angel kind of be what I needed to kind of, I don't know, just heal that sacral chakra, and just I just felt so much like yellow light, and I don't know why, like lately it's just like pleasure is just equaling like yellow for me, and
I love yellow.
like yellow is just like I love it everywhere, like everywhere I see it, it just like makes me so happy. And yeah, like I just like I started crying. I really did just start crying, but like I that helped so much. I like really needed that.
Way to go. I know that you have had, I know you and I have worked together specifically on specific trauma around this in general on a more sexual sphere. So way to go, way to have that moment with yourself, and, you know, onwards and upwards, onwards and upwards. Thank you to everyone who's told me they'll leave. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to take a few questions, but I just want to make sure we have this space and a few shares to do that final meditation, because we're almost at 2 hours and you guys are going to check out at one point. So if you guys want to share, I'm going to take about 2 more people, and then we're going to move into the most triggering meditation. Okay. Even triggering you guys is fun. Okay, so Anissa, hello. Oh, and then Taylor.
Oh, hi. Wait, should Taylor go first?
Yeah, so Taylor go. Taylor, you're ready.
thank you. It was really cool to see everybody's hands go up who wanted to share too. But when I was laying on the floor because my cats were like around, and I was like, okay, I'll get on your level. And and so I laid on the floor, and as soon as we stepped into meditation, it felt like my, I don't know, existence was like permeated by just everything around me. Like I just kind of like all the molecules separated, and it was just like all one. Does that, you know what I mean? Like my body was just like one with the atmosphere. So that was pretty cool. And it was really interesting. There's this picture of me when I was like a toddler that I remember. My mom, every time I look at that picture, I'm like, that's not me. And my mom was always like, yeah, that's you. And so when we were just going back to like the first time, I had the image of like that me in my head of like, and I kind of had the realization of like, that's why I didn't recognize myself, because like right before the picture was taken, like something happened that it was in my 4th chakra. So something happened that was like, oh, you're bad for whatever. And so that's why I didn't recognize myself, because I was like so kicked out of my body, like when that picture was taken. So I always look at it and I'm like, that's not even me, you know, which is, I don't know what happened, but which is also interesting because like I have like very few memories from childhood. And once I started getting into spirit, like into, you know, meditation and stuff, I realized that I was out of body for like my childhood. And I don't know why, I don't know what happened, but I just don't have memories. And so it's kind of crazy to like, for it to just like kick into place of like, that's why I didn't think that was me, because like I wasn't in there when that picture was taken, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was really cool. And also my angel is made of like, you know, when like a hoop spins and it like looks like it's a sphere.
Yeah.
That's what my angel looks like. It's like a big one in the middle and then a tiny ones on the top and bottom. So when they were taking out the energy, they were like spinning and like drawing the energy out of my body. And it's just like the vibration of the spinning was like dissipating it into the atmosphere, which was just very beautiful. So I wanted to share that too. But
Yes, please. Thank you. Oh my God. You know, with this work, what you'll begin to realize too is like something you'll just get like, you'll just feel the emotion of what you were supposed to feel at like 6. So it's like that piece of consciousness that's like out of your body or like over there. I just remember that happening with me when I like healed from about 2 years ago, a very traumatic event for me. My mom and I were outside of the hospital, and it was a very like weird thing. And, you know, we can chalk it up to me being like an Aquarius moon, but also like, like, also there was like this moment of complete and total, like, she told me the thing and my sister was crying and my mother was crying. And I just kind of remember being like, just like 10 feet out of my body or just kind of like not feeling anything. And I just wasn't there. And I just don't remember too much like after, like that happened. And like weirdly, like I wasn't crying. Like I didn't cry about this event, which is something that it was literally on the news, like something that like I should cry about. And I think I was like, whoa, you know, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, I do this massive healing. I poke something, all of a sudden I'm 14 again. I felt that exact thing. It was like that piece of consciousness of what I was supposed to feel like came in. It was like I was reliving it, which was like, but like also beautiful because I got to be there for her. So I'm so excited for you to be able to integrate more of this and get more memories and be with her and I mean, be with them and like just hold them at that moment and just validate them and acknowledge them. So thank you for sharing.
thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to take one more person and then I want to do this final meditation before you guys hit your limit. So, but a lot of you guys are having a good time. You're pushing past your pleasure threshold. Like we could just keep talking. So this is fun. Like, I'm having a great time. So beautiful. Anissa, I'll go with you. And then Katie and Taylor, you guys will be the first 2 people after we do our most triggering meditation. And maybe that's for a reason, right? So just honor and acknowledge that.
Hi, yeah, I just wanted to share. It was so interesting during the meditation. The memory that came up was this time when we had this like family gathering and my aunt took me to like a late screening of like, I think it was like the 3rd Harry Potter film. And I love Harry Potter. It was like my childhood. I grew up with it. And I was like shamed for it. I actually like got into trouble for it. And I came back to that memory and I was just like sitting with like my younger self and was just like sitting next to them and I was just like, no, it's like eat the popcorn, like drink the soda, like enjoy the movie, like have fun, like it's okay to be here. And my angel came in and was just kind of like spreading their wings so widely and was just like covering us to like enjoy. I don't know why I got so emotional.
For you,
like,
that's huge. It's okay to be
yeah.
You know, with all of you, with identity stuff and the things that we've worked on over the last couple of years, honoring that it's okay for me, my truth, Anissa, to occupy this body in this moment. Me, not some masks, not something else. It's okay to be here. Beautiful.
Yeah, and yeah, it was so powerful. It was just like there was this like dome of light, and there was like so many like really deep blue that was like coming out of like my younger self body, and like a deeper purple was like coming in, and then like so much more memories of like these moments that was supposed to be joyful that I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how like I was just like not there. I was like just not even present when like even like at places like amusement park and stuff, because I wasn't able to like enjoy just being happy. It was just really like, I don't know, I wasn't allowed, I guess, like for so long. And but yeah, it's been really nice to kind of shift more into this like space of pleasure, like recently I was just like, oh, I just want to go to this like design fair just because I want to go, and it was so fun, and I was so happy that I went. And even like things like trains being late, and like this one day I just get so many detours, like my trains were late for like 30-40 minutes, and then I took the wrong side of the train, and then just like all these rerouting. But for some reason I wasn't like frustrated. I was just like, this is cool. Yeah, I can like listen to more podcasts, and this is like, it's fun. I can walk around more. So it was like awesome to experience that shift, because I shared this to a person I know, and they were like, oh my God, you had such a bad luck. And I was like, I don't see it that way. I don't see that. It was a bad luck to me. It was actually, yeah.
Yeah, that sixth chakra pleasure. You're like, I don't see the world the way you see the world. Everything's not shit. You know, you can acknowledge everything's not all rainbows and butterflies, but also it's not all like crap, right? But like, way to own your pleasure in your sixth chakra and really, really control that, you know, and really support that space for yourself. Oh, I need that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for listening.
Oh, okay, everybody, we're gonna move into our final meditation. Do not worry, I will not keep you long, but this is just important. Please remember, if you want to stick around while people are sharing, you can be on your phone. Okay, like I'm not requiring you to like pay attention and be a teacher. Like as a person with severe ADHD, I understand looking at the phone, really doing what you have to do and listening to me. It doesn't offend me. Okay, so if you're enjoying being here, just know there's a lot of space, a lot of freedom, and a lot of safety for whatever you have to do. Okay. Whoo, bringing in. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. Okay. And let's just go ahead and put on our grounding cord again. It might be a tree this time, it might not. And any of that stuff that anybody was sharing, if you decided, I'm going to be a good person and take it and bring it in my space, let's just go ahead and just ground it down to the planet and just watch that go. So close your eyes, feet flat against the floor. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. And I'm going to have you call your angel in very soon, but just first get grounded. Pull in. It's safe to be here. You deserve to be here. You're wanted here. You and your full self is wanted here. You are so supported. Everybody here wants you. Yeah, your full truth. Okay. So I want to really make clear that this is just, pleasure is a tool. It is not 100% the way that I want you to go about living your life perfectly all the time, right? There's no denial of the body. This is just allowing, you guys have learned from so much pain. You have gone into the trenches and gone to the other side of the binary with all this pain. You're very good at learning through pain. Right now, all I'm offering to you is this other tool and offering you this space of just like, okay, there's also this other way of learning things, right? And it's a beautiful balance of like, you learn law of attraction in the beginning, and then you're like, I can't just take myself away from my trauma. And then you go into the shadow work. And then you swing over here and then over there. So I'm just teaching you this new space of where I am and what I'm integrating. Okay. And the shame around integrating this. Beautiful. All right. So tuning in, calling in your angel. And I'm going to say some phrases to you. I'm going to say some things that trigger you. And what you're going to have your angel do, as your angel's there, your angel's your buddy, you're going to have your angel begin to just heal you. If your body is already angry at me for even trying to teach you to go into pleasure, if all of these voices are already happening in your head, oh my God, you are so perfect, go ahead and begin to have your angel heal that. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right, ready? It's like I feel like I'm in my dominatrix mode. Pleasure. Tell me what your safe word is. All right, so How fucking dare you try to manifest and go into a life of pleasure when there's literally people dying right now in Ukraine? How fucking dare you? How dare you try to step into this life of pleasure? How dare you try to focus on raising your frequency? Like, what the fuck? There's shit that's happening right now. There's war that's happening right now. People are dying. And you're just saying, oh, love, I can get into love. Isn't that like a bit tone deaf? Whoa. Oh my God, like a bunch of stuff just left. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, all the shame. There's so much struggling going on in America right now. How dare you? You want to manifest a mansion for yourself? There's people dying right now. Like, things are happening. People can't even afford food to eat. And you're desiring a mansion? You're desiring whatever that big thing is. You want more money? You should just be happy with what you have. Boom. There we go. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to keep saying that. How fucking dare you? Yeah. I'm going to act like that parent. I'm going to act like that teacher. I'm going to act like that person on Twitter. How fucking dare you? Yeah. Just kind of have that angel begin to work. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Touch your body. Oh, you got really scared. Courtney can be scary. I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries. All that punishment energy. Be happy with what you have. Life just can't be good. How dare you desire a life of pleasure in general? That's not realistic. That's not realistic. How dare you desire that? How dare you even think that that's possible? How fucking dare you? You're bad. You're caring about yourself right now? When all this stuff is happening? That's bad. You're bad. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Good, good, good. All right, now it's time for the aftercare. All right, have that angel just begin to fill you in. No, stay in meditation. Have that angel begin to fill you in. It is your body's divine right to be in pleasure. You being in this energy is the best way that you can help the world right now. You tapping into this energy is the best way that you can help other people. It is not necessarily spiritual bypassing. It is tapping into a frequency that is within you. It is natural within the body. It is sacred. It is holy. You in your body, owning your pleasure, stepping into that quantum frequency is a blessing. It helps other people feel safe to be their true selves too. The more you have, the more of yourself that you have within you, the more that other people feel safe to be themselves. It just trickles outwards. You are a blessing. You are a blessing. You're such a blessing. You're such a blessing. Tapping into this energy is such a blessing. Being able to share it with other people is such a blessing. When you're in your pleasure, as you do all this work and purify that pleasure for you and really align it with the goodness of what you're trying to bring, because I see all of you right now and you're good in my eyes. Like you're like, if you're trying to do the work and really help, you're trying your best, you have the best intentions at heart, you deserve. That's good. Maybe you don't have it right, quote unquote, all the time, but you're doing your best and you're trying. You deserve to be rewarded. That's okay. Just fill in, see if that's a color, and then tune in and see if that's an intention. I've definitely had some past lives as like a priest, because I really get into that. Like, it's like, whoa, what is this coming out of me? Whoa, I'm like feeling a little bit of shame around that. I'm like, whoa, I'm like really feeling myself. I'm like healing myself with that too. Is this okay? Is this okay that I'm teaching this? Is this okay that I'm speaking about this? It's okay. It's such a blessing. You are not, this is a blessing. You in this energy is a blessing. Integrate. Beautiful. And when you're ready, go ahead and have that angel begin to finish up and step out of that meditation. Cool, I acted like that person. Ooh, how was that? I know other people need to share, but take a moment, take a breather, say banana. I don't want to do that anymore. That was a lot. Your safe word. I gotta light you up like a Christmas tree, so it like all gets up, and that's where the energy clears. If I really trigger you like that, then it lights up, and then your angel just goes and faints it. So I had to act like that. Yeah. Okay, so I will write down the ways to manifest, but first I wanted to get you. Thanks, Julie. But first, I want to just tap in and let everybody know that I am complete with the meditation. If you are ready to go, please feel free. If you want to stay and be in this energy, please. This container is open. So I'm going to go till about 8:45-ish my time, but we can talk and share just because this space is just, it looks like it's healing people, being with people, that it's okay to be like this. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So Taylor, do you still have something to say?
Me, Taylor?
Yes, not Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually really interesting when you were doing that that last meditation. Like in the first one, I definitely felt a lot of like shame in my root chakra, like my first clearing out the most. And I was having a hard time like visualizing those like those first experiences where I like felt that shame kind of thing, or was shamed.
Yeah.
Until it kind of started to clear up, and I was like realizing that there was just a block of those memories, and then it was like before you told us to like hold our bodies, I was already like, you need to hug yourself. And so like I had my arms around my hands around my arms like this, and then it was like all of these things like came in of like my mom just like whacking me, and I know like when we did our healing earlier this month, that was a big energy that we were clearing.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because it was just like I felt all of those emotions just come back, and it was like I felt myself like whimpering like I used to when I was a kid, and I was trying to hold back those tears.
Yeah.
So that was just really good to clear out. And then in this one, it was really funny. Just listening to you say this whole like how dare you thing, because that's a phrase that like I've heard a lot from, like my mom, my ex, a lot of people anyway. But yeah, and then it was like there was this shame of like, or not shame, but there was this like vibration of like being undeserving in my fourth chakra. And then it was like tied to my second, and yeah, my angel was just like clearing all of that out. And then it was literally like she took a shotgun to my fourth chakra and just like shot all of that like undeserving, like seeing myself as undeserving out. And then it was like a waterfall like rushing through my second chakra, just to clear all of that out. And then like it was crazy too, because it was like I was like, hearing this like undeserving stuff before you were like, so fill in with like that divine right, and it was just like she was filling me in with like, this vibration of like, you deserve this pleasure, like, you deserve to see yourself in, in pleasure and things like that. And then it even like traveled up to like my sixth,
Yeah.
and seeing the world in pleasure, and like I guess finding pleasure in my emotions and everything. And it was like, even as she was filling me in, it was like I physically felt like there was still something I needed to release. And then finally, by the end of the meditation, like I was taking these deep breaths and everything, just trying to like stay grounded and stay in my body, and like try to just be where I'm at and accept it right now,
Yeah.
And then yeah, finally by the end of the meditation, it was just like this weight off of me, you know, and I was like, it's finally like, it finally released, you know?
Process.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for sharing. Yeah, no, I wanted to
Yeah.
that voice. I wanted to act like that punishment for a reason. I really wanted to light up the bodies like that. Because it's something that we're all so afraid of. Like that's the reason. Like that's the reason. Like I was even scared, like in this way of communication, where like if you look at my videos from like 2 years ago, I'm like very, I don't want to say like masculine, but like I'm very like in this like very like direct and like almost like pitching to you, you know, because I have a degree in advertising, so I'm like running this sort of energy, and so even being here in this like
I know.
I'm like, oh my god, do I sound okay? Like culty, I'm like fuck, you know, like all of my thing is running through. So thank you for sharing and being with me and like being in that voice, like it even triggered me.
Like, yeah, well, and it was so funny too, because it's like, you know, I feel like I very much like get into that like sermon, like preachy thing when I talk to people too, you know, trying to like, yeah, and like it was just like one of the like big hit or big like messages I got like at the end was just like, you know, pleasure doesn't have to lead to pain. You know, like that's where that punishment comes from, you know, and it's like all of those pictures of like, you know, my mom whacking me and stuff like that, it was coming from a place of like, you know, you deserve to be punished for feeling this pleasure, because like I can't feel this pleasure because of where I'm at.
Exactly. Yeah. Plus, because you are a person with ovaries, naturally you will be punished more from that energy.
Right.
You have to clear that energy out, just because just the energy of an ovary person just running this energy, not even happy or giggling, there is so much like badness to that. Like just being like semi-content and running that energy, you know? So way to go, way to go, way to go. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks.
Look at the giggle, like whoa.
I know, I've been giggling the whole time. Like when you were like, I'm an Aries, I was just like, I busted out laughing. Yeah.
All right. Oh my God. And then, okay, Katie. Hi, you're new too. Hello. Welcome to the.
I am new. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So yes, I'm a newbie, and this is part of my problem. I think I'm not very good with meditation. My first session with you, we worked on my first 3 chakras and really getting me to be in the body more, because I dissociate like crazy. And of course, I got crazy triggered today and got gaslit by a karmic friend. So I was super out of the body. So I don't ever see anything in meditation. Do these things still work with me using like my okay.
For you in particular, this is so funny. You asked me a question on the astral last night, because I literally remember this conversation. For you, I would say continue to have that angel just continue to clear your 6th chakra, right? Okay. Continue to just clear and clear and clear, because it looks like you're incredibly, I'm seeing like an image of you like in school, like elementary school, and you're somebody who just like knew answers really fast, and you get things fast. It looks like you're very intelligent, like you're just downloaded in the crown and you just know. And then you started to have to slow down, and almost like that energy of show your work in school, of like having to prove the answer, of like you get to a certain point where you have to start writing things down and like slow yourself down and prove it. And I'm just kind of seeing that energy just really being in your 6th chakra right now. And so as you begin to not necessarily get rid of it, right? That's great. It looks like, you know, you have a really analytical part of yourself, but you really shut that down, because it looks like you got really fucking bored in schoal. Yeah. Like you were so fast and you're like kind of waiting on everybody else. And you're like, how do you just not know the answer? We're already here, like, you know, and so, you know, it just looks like for you a bit of clearing the shame around that, and maybe where you were even punished for being that fast for you. Okay. For anybody else that's having a hard time seeing, just don't judge yourself. You're exactly where you need to be. Everything's happening. Just have that angel work on that space every day and validate every small piece of progress. So don't be like, oh my God, like I can only see a hand. I can see a hand. Good job, buddy. Good. See, right? So because you continue to validate the gap, you'll get more of
Mhm.
you'll get more of the lack. So if
Okay.
you validate like, oh, okay, like I felt a sensation. That's new, that's different. Instead of judging yourself so hard and being like, oh, I'm not seeing anything, I'm doing it wrong. Or,
Okay. Because what I do get Russian are feelings. Like I was like, so much you're bad and undeservingness and first chakra, like really needing to work on feeling safe in my body. So that's still messages, right?
it is all messages. And you know,
Okay.
you're gonna
I
work
second
that up. It's
myself.
perfect. Yeah. And you can begin to work that up. You can be like, can you feel what color that is? And even if you're like, I think it's yellow, like don't judge it, whatever comes to mind. Okay, yellow.
Okay.
Great. You know.
Great. That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I have no idea who is next. Does anyone know who was next? Because I am talking to everybody. I think I know Shelby was there. Shelby. Yeah, I knew Shelby. Hi.
I'm still super overwhelmed.
I knew you would.
I get it all out. Like my throat's like, ah. So,
Yeah.
my angel was like a shapeshifter angel, and I've been trying to validate my clairsentience a little bit more lately, and not like push so hard on visualizing and seeing so much. Just like kind of letting it all naturally flow with all this in-body awareness that's like starting to pour in. And the angel showed up at first like the rainbow fish from the childhood book. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
you know, like those beautiful like iridescent rainbow scales that the fish had. So it showed up like that. And then in the second meditation, it showed up differently. There was like this beautiful cloak over the angel that like went over the head all the way down, and it had these like navy blue, all these different types of blue layers. And the second meditation, I started to feel it wasn't a distinct memory, but I know that there was some trauma that like really cut me off from not just pleasure, but
Yeah.
also like receiving God's love. Like I don't know why, but that was like such a big breakthrough moment for me in the second meditation, where like at one point I felt kind of the angel just like have my body like look up, and like in this moment it was like something just like poured into me, and I was like, I feel like I'm finally like receiving this like fragmented part of me that said, you cannot have this love, you cannot receive it, it's not you had. So I was like whoa, like I'm feeling God's love right now, like this is cool. So I'm crying, I'm just getting it all out. And the third one, I want to just say like my key takeaway from that was like this really primary lesson that was coming in was like pleasure is not just these intense states of bliss and happiness. Pleasure is full permission to be neutrally in the body through all the states.
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you for putting that. Yes. That is exactly what I was like trying to convey.
So it's like a clear as day type of download for me. It was like full permission to access the entire spectrum of your emotions.
Yes. Oh my God. Have you ever been like really like, you know, like sometimes it's really fun to like put on sad music. Sometimes I'll just like listen to like really dark Radiohead and I'll just be like, and it's like,
yes. And
you know, even when it's not fun, but like the purification of those emotions. Yes.
Yes. It was sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're just getting so excited. We keep cutting each other off.
And now I'm remembering more of these things that came back. But like another like important thing was, it was almost like the third meditation, the angel was healing layers for me, and the layers were showing up. Like the angel was basically just standing in front of me, and I almost feel like the angel was like, okay, match this. And I was like, okay, like let's just do it. And the way I was visualizing it was like all of these layers kind of like coming over my auric body. And this was like, some of them were black, because like this lesson that I learned about pain was that like, you know, your pain is like your outline. It's like who you become in this life. It's like what defines you. It's like what defines you within those boundaries, the black outline. But the angel, or I started filling myself in with these colors of like that outline can be anything you make it, and it can change all the time. Like it doesn't ever need to be one distinct defined thing, because we are here to have the human experience and really move through all of it. So like I just started feeling, and it felt like such a multi-dimensional layered healing for me, just because I finally have like allowed my emotional body to open up and not like just numb everything out. So yeah, that was
Thank
awesome.
you. I just saw that land for so many people because it just like conveyed something that I was trying to convey the whole time. It's like pleasure is a tool. I'm not trying to get rid of your humanness. It's like, it's literally like the permission to access the fullness of who you are in the body and have all of that and expand there. You know, it's like, that's what it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Cause that just landed. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, I love you guys. I'm just like this love bubble. Okay, Kayleen. Go ahead and tell us what's up.
So like when I first met my angel, sorry, I just shook my laptop, but they were like this green squiggle, and so they just kind of like look like different things in nature, because that's something that I feel like I really connect to. And when you were bringing up like, no, you don't fucking deserve to do any of that shit or get any of that, it just triggered me so fast. And I just remember I feel like my whole life I have felt like I am constantly in this energy of struggle. Like my life is never going to get past that. And like, trigger warning, it made me get to some very low points where like I considered suicide this past year. And it's just like, I've been working for so long on myself, and I'm like, oh, okay, like when am I gonna finally like feel better? Like, you know, when am I finally gonna be like this perfect, like, you know, image of myself that I imagine like my healed version to be? And it's like, maybe me struggling, like thinking that to escape the struggle, I need to struggle to like get there.
You're not going to move out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, maybe I just need to like exist and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
Whoa.
mine.
That's a quantum shift. That's different, you know? You can't, you know, you can't release a vibration. You can't get out of a vibration by using that exact vibration to try to get out of it, right? And that's kind of what you're tapping into. That's what I'm trying to help you guys tap into with this pleasure is, and how I've even said to all of you guys before, like, you know, my first recap video, like I'm super raw with you guys. I'm like, bro, you just sometimes have to accept that life sucks. Like I literally say that, like, I'm like, you know, and from that space, and then we kind of like spiraled upwards, like towards the end, and now we're at this space. But like, I totally resonate, and I totally understand that space. And it is the toughest space in the spiritual space. Like this was like about a month before I started the Patreon. Like I was going insane in my house by myself, and I didn't have my parents, had nobody, like in you know, the quarantine. And I was going so fucking batshit that I had all these like beings around me. You know, I know you guys, like some of you guys go to psychic school. You know, the one thing you're not supposed to do is erase a being. I tried to. I was like, I'm gonna do this really dark and bad thing. Like I was like in a space, like I was doing the really, really bad things. Like I was like at war with this like entity that I was like, it was trying to kill me, it felt like, you know. And so I totally understand that space of just like, no matter, and it just felt like no matter what I did, I can't escape this way of wanting to die, you know? So thank you for sharing that, because this isn't just a space of just joy and happy. Like this is a place of true connection. Please be dark, like dark, whatever. Tell it, you know, yeah, okay, you've been suicidal. I want you to have your angel begin to actually clear where, one, you laughed after you said green squiggle and you judged yourself. You're like, it was like kind of a judgment of what you saw. And then I want you to kind of have that angel work with you on where you were like, oh yeah, like I was in a really dark place, and like I don't want to like burden anybody with that, because that's the other side of the coin. So it's like we can be in these really high states of pleasure and be punished for that. And then there's the other side of it where it's like, okay, don't talk about that. right? Saying this box that doesn't bother people, right? And so what we're trying to do here is trying to go outside of this box and have the permission to be over here where it's like, oh, she's really, really happy, or but not too happy, but really, 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 really happy. Like, can we be in that space, right? And then over here, that pleasure also is allowing you to be over here, you know? So please know that in these spaces, you guys can just fucking say shit, okay? If you guys like have a hard time with trigger, like you can say trigger warning in the beginning, you know, obviously, but like, this is real. This is life, okay? This is life. We get suicidal, things happen. So thank you for sharing and thank you for being open. Yeah, we love you here.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, way to go, way to move over. Way to move into a different space. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Arizeli. Did I pronounce your name right? I want to make sure I get it right.
I mean, technically it's Spanish name, so you pronounce it Araceli.
White person butchered it. Okay, please.
So yeah, I get that, and I usually just tell people Araceli.
Wait, say it again. I'm gonna try.
Araceli.
Araceli. Araceli.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like air.
Araceli.
Yes.
Thank you. It's important to me. It's so important, you know.
Yeah. I actually kind of like, I usually try to put the air in it because the meaning of my name is the heavens altar. So I think air. So, so I think actually Jessica was before me. I totally got side-railed. So, okay. So I wanted to share mainly because I had such a weird experience when I first saw my angel. Well, weird as in unexpected. So it was a male. I saw like a male, almost like those typical suave, sensual, like Latin males that that you think of when you read like romance bottle. It was so, it kind of caught me off guard, but because it also radiated pink. So I don't know, I guess I expected male blue, but it was male and pink. And it was just so weird, but it made sense because all I kept getting was, you deny this picture of what sensuality looks like. So it put it in a most obvious sensual way is what I saw it in. And it was like dressed in a button up, and it was like a sensual male with like all like big pecs and cut. It was like the romance novel Picture Perfect image.
Yeah.
And it was just so interesting to me. And then so I just kind of went with it. And then after Radiated Pink, once we were done with the meditation, I noticed that everything in my room that was pink just jumping at me.
Oh,
it was just so vibrant and so like giddy. And I've been trying so hard for, like when I was younger, I hated pink. I hated it. I hated being feminine. Like there was multiple times where my dad would tell me, you should have been born a boy.
Same.
So it got to the point where I really did think I should have been born a boy. Like I don't need to be a feminine. I shouldn't be wearing pink. I shouldn't be wearing skirts or dresses and things like that. And I've been trying to clear that out for the past couple months, and pink has been a very important color.
Yeah.
Like I also noticed my cup, it's pink and magenta. I want to get my hair dyed like a violet. So
look at that, you know, creative energy just had so much permission to start running through your ovaries. You're like, wait, I fucking love pink. Like,
yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, you know, like when you're talking about that like stereotypical like energy of, you know, yeah, he just looked like the stereotypical like sexy guy or like whatever.
Yeah.
With like the stereotypical idea of that. There's also like the beautiful thing about this work is that I'm kind of learning both sides where it's like, can you love the bodies for like not being that space? Can you find them sexy? Can you find them, can you tap into that, the beauty of the bodies without judgment, without like, this is the idea of sexy, right?
Right.
And on the other side of the coin, something I've been even like kind of like tapping into lately is that like, can you also go into the stereotypical, that energy where have you been shamed for like wanting to be stereotypically sexy or like wanting to be stereotypically feminine or like wanting to go into these roles, you know? And I've definitely, as somebody who is like a super pinky, like I like makeup and all this stuff, stepping into a spiritual sphere where it's basically like a bunch of like Colorado super hippies that like don't dress up, and I came in wearing my fucking sorority letters, RIP. And like the way even like that I talk, and there's like even shame around that. So like I totally understand that, like, whoa, that can I go into that pink? Like, is it okay just to be like, oh yeah, I like pink and that's stereotypically the girl color, and that's okay too. Like all of it is okay. So I'm so happy that you share that other side of the spectrum today too, you know?
Yeah, I just, because I struggle a lot with sensual stuff because, I mean, I guess trigger warning, I was molested as a kid and I went through sexual assault a couple years back. So, sorry, I've been trying to really like accept my body and my sexuality because I never felt safe doing that. And even when we were going through the second meditation, you said go back to an early childhood. All I thought about was how I stopped wearing bikinis when I was like 5.
Yeah.
Because after that, it wasn't acceptable to my family because of how they were raised for me to continue doing so. So I don't know, it's just been a lot. And even in the most triggering one, the last one, when you said the inner child and have your angel heal them, the first went to the heart, and then it went to my belly. Because an instant memory popped up where I was told that I shouldn't be enjoying the food that I was because it would make me fat. So
Pleasure from food, how dare you enjoy that?
Yeah, exactly.
It look good to this, honestly, I'm just gonna say white male standard. You know, that's what's
Yeah.
over here at least. You have to look good.
I mean, I think it's just like a male standard, like the male that's supposed to protect you and provide for you. Like you have to be the perfect wife for them.
Yeah.
So, and I just after that, the angel, it just felt kind of like he was doing like a Reiki healing over me, just swirling everything and just picking it up and like kind of chucking it. He's like, we're getting rid of this. Like we're throwing it all out because it's done.
Yeah.
He's like, you've realized it and it's done.
Yeah.
And I just really felt like I needed to share because I know it's not the most typical like pleasure mind, because it involves different things like sexuality, but also food.
Yeah.
So
that's enjoying the first chakra. That's enjoying the second chakra. That's enjoying something, you know.
Yeah.
Dare you enjoy something. Think of the consequences. Be guilty about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I know a lot of people relate with that too. I totally relate with that, you know. I totally relate with that. And thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for giving this space. It's awesome.
Yeah, you guys are just, oh my God, this is just. And if you see me yawning when you're talking to me, I'm releasing matches. I'm not bored or tired of you, just letting you know. Okay, I'm just clearing energy. I'm like, yeah, me too, clear. So you see that. Beautiful. This is so funny. I'm like, before I go on to the next person, I'm like, oh my God, I'm showing my shoulders. And it's funny how I'm like noticing my body language. Be like, like it's funny, like I'm here with you guys, I'm like, oh, it's like, what is this, you know? How would my angel heal that? Being raw and human with you. Okay, so Jessica, please share.
Okay. I just wanted to say really quickly, I had done the women's healing clinic at Berkeley last week.
Yeah, how was
that? It was really good. It was so nice. The healing container was so beautiful. But I just want, like, it was crazy because at that one, or at that healing clinic, like I didn't really have an intention because it was my first one. I was like, let's just see what this is about. And at that one, like my ovaries were already lighting up.
Yeah.
So I, like, for anybody that can't see things, I've been doing psychic work for a minute now, and like I still don't see things. So like regardless, like I just wanted to validate that for anybody that like doesn't see, like this shit is so real regardless. Like and like, because even now, like I kind of, that was my second part where I kind of had a question because I kind of have a headache now. But I had a coaching call before this. So I don't know if I just need to ground, or I'm like, I don't know if I should ask you or if I should just ground, or if you had any advice about that.
Why don't you have your angel heal you on a bit of punishment? Because I want you to know, you don't have to speak things really quickly. You said really quick, I'll tell you this, as if I'm gonna punish that fish chakra expression. Hello, hi. 2, another punishment around, should I ask this? Should I ground? Like, what should I do? Another fish chakra punishment. Hello, hi. Lighting up, it's blue in your 5th chakra, navy blue, man. Yeah, and women, you know. I call it this like judgment energy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello?
I can see that.
And now, please ask your question.
I guess I don't have a question in that case because I kind of just know.
Why do you share what you just know? You can do whatever you want.
But yeah, that was it. No, it was really beautiful, the whole thing. I loved it, and it was crazy to see how it correlated back to that healing that we did that day. And yeah, it was just cool. I love the way that everything correlated, and the two kind of how the dots always connect. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
They always connect. Sometimes like months down the line. Sometimes like you're on healings, like some of you guys will just like, you guys know, like you'll get like a download, like, and like the healing will happen the next month. And then like, from like 2 months ago will come and you're like, holy shit. It's just like start like downloading, you know? So yeah,
Literally.
Oh my God.
Well, thank you. Thank you for letting me share, and thank you for having us.
Yeah. I want to learn how to pronounce your name. At the end, just being like a total human and being like, I'm having a hard time, but I want to.
It's okay. It's Adeyemi, but you can say Yemi, but I think Darian was before it.
Okay. Well, now I know, so I'll call you.
Yeah, that's good.
I need to really try. Like, I really want to try.
Yeah, it's definitely like 7 letters. It's just like
No, like that's totally fine. We need to learn how to like say like I really want to learn how to pronounce your full name because I feel like it's such like a Western thing to just really butcher people's names.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, it's Adeyemi.
Adeyemi. I'm gonna really.
Adeyemi, like Adeyemi. Right. Okay, but now here's the second part because in Yoruba it's also like tonal, so it's kind of like a song. So it's Adeyemi. Wait. Right. Okay. Right.
Say your name. That's interesting. I'm like, not worried about you saying something wrong. Okay, cool.
Go with it.
Yeah, move with it. Now I get it. Thank you. Okay, so Darian, go ahead and say yours first, but now I know the name.
So one thing that came up with me, like as soon as I started kind of like visualizing and seeing stuff, is this guy right here, as we can see, went insane.
Yes.
went from just like laying there really calm to I'm gonna eat your arm and run around the room and demand you play with me and all of that. I was really like, I'm trying to do this properly. And our last session, we had a whole big thing on like propriety coming up in my space.
Right. You're not doing it right. You're not being
As soon as I would like kind of quit like fighting on that and just was like, I can do this while like playing with my dog who like he needs attention. If I don't play with him right now, he's gonna try to like eat the wall or something. And it kind of just had like that click of like propriety isn't really like who decides what that is, why do I have to be like perfectly still or just like completely focused on that only, and if I'm not completely focused on it, it's not going to come through or work at all.
Yeah.
And that was and then as soon as I just kind of started working with that, it kind of brought in the thing too of like part of pleasure is play and needs to play obviously and the whole thing. But like the big thing on that was I just thought of the whole like letting go of the expectation of like it has to be done in this way or it's not going to get done right and you have to start over, or you can't come back and revisit something and get part of it now and part of it later, and you don't have to sit and go in all one go and that whole bit. Okay, that is my back, you're biting.
I saw you playing with your dog, and that's the thing, is like just accepting like that was the energy, that was actually exactly where you needed to be, and that was the exact energy that you were trying to clear. So it was actually perfectly divine. And when you begin to like look at it like that way, you really begin to integrate like, oh yeah, no, like I'm exactly where I need to be. And you really saw that judgment. You release all of that judgment out of your space, and it looks like you're just really allowing yourself to really be in your feminine, because you've been taught that there's a right way to be feminine or be in that pleasure, and then there's a wrong way, right? Or like there's a right way to be a woman, or there's you gotta wear pink, you gotta wear dresses, and that actually changes with every single person. I've been like giggling and laughing at what man usually is like trying to impress, because the backpack guys don't like it if I wear makeup, but the businessmen are like, you need to be wearing makeup. It's just interesting. It's like there's always a right and a wrong.
It's never the same.
It's never the same. It's just like you can't win. It
goes back to that what is correct or what is like who has decided this. There is no set because it's everyone else's opinion on it.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you for sharing. Thank you, and Adiemi. Yay!
You got it. I have like a question kind of. So, I'll say like this, I think this part may be relevant. So in the meditations, the second one, the second one, I saw like my inner, when we were supposed to go to the first experience and things, like I saw like an embryo actually. Like I saw like and then I also saw like myself in like my old house as a child, but it was like this black dome around, and it was like, so my moon is in the 8th house, and that's like pretty much the clearest way I can like describe it, like this like hidden like space. And like the software that I was trying to like bring up in the experience, my inner child was keeping them from me, but I was just like, it's fine. If you don't want to share, you don't have to share. Like that's cool. And it just stayed there in a way, but it was starting to like, I don't know, open up. I don't know. And I feel like they eventually like decided that they were going to eventually show me the memories and things, but I don't know. But then, okay, so that kind of relates, because then I've also been seeing in that same kind of black dome experiences recently, like in the past week, that I can sense I'm nervous about interfacing in the 3D now that I've had this like experience and like embodying myself with the truth that I've experienced now. So it's kind of like, I guess the question is like, because it's like my mind on a level, like my heart, like my child self, I don't know what it is, but it's like, it's assuming or like starting to create myself to go back into like that, like I have to go back to that world. Like after I leave, I have to go back into that world. But I'm like, no, like you don't have to go back into that world. Like you just are moving into the rest of the new world that we're creating.
Yeah.
But I sense that I need some guidance on that, like how to like, I guess, navigate in the world now, you know?
Yeah, no, totally. When you're talking about that like old world, like what encompasses that old world for you? Like what is that? Like an old way of being or believing, or like what is that so that you can kind of define it? Or even if it's just
I just see myself crying in my car, like in despair, and like using that one experience to like explain my whole life, if that makes sense. Like,
right. Okay, I see exactly what you're talking about. Thank you for that clarity. Give me just a moment to tune in. Okay. And then
oh yeah, I'm feeling a lot of like stuff at the bottom starting to come up. So sorry, it's definitely a lot.
yeah. So that's the thing is that, you know, even when you guys, like when I'm looking at energy, if there's any clearing happening, you're going to receive this too. There might be something clearing in your space too. So when you talk about that, like leaving that old world behind, I'm seeing there's like a bit like a resistance to that part of you, not part of you in that world. And that's to say like that world where you're like in despair all the time, right? Or integrating in a new reality. So right now, your physical body, think of it like in a, this is like kind of tough, but like an abused animal. If an animal was always abused, like it doesn't know, it has to like, get into the treats and then slowly trust that new environment, that it's not going to be in that old world of like getting right. And so, you know, what I'm seeing for you is that your body is slowly learning. It's like taking time, I think, and it's slowly learning how to integrate and ground that new reality, that new world in, because it has to kind of like, all body has been trained to that this is going. So spiritually, you're already in this new world, but bodies go a little bit slower. And so as you're integrating the process, can you love body when it goes into that despair? You're very comfortable with body. That's where body knows that. It's like it knows it. It doesn't want to be there, but it knows it. And so as it begins to move into this new territory, the unfamiliar is scary. The unknown is scary to body, even though it might be a good, perceived good thing. So can you kind of like, as you're beginning that process, can you really love body, even when it goes back into that space? Don't get mad at it. Don't be like, oh no, we're not there anymore. Don't resist it. Just be there with it. Okay, hi, it's okay. And even that way of loving body and kind of treating it like it's like a puppy, like, oh, you're so cute, you think I'm gonna hit you again, or like you think that like you think we're going back there again, oh, it's okay, let me give you another treat. You know what I mean? Let me give you another thing. Like, let me just keep training and training and training and training. And then slowly but surely, body's going to get there, because bodies move slower than spirit. So that's kind of what you're saying. You're like, oh my God, I'm totally in the quantum right now. I'm like totally in this fucking frequency. Like we're moving over here, like crazy shit happening tonight, right? And body's over here like, whoa, you know, it goes slower. So I'm seeing by training yourself and accepting and being like, okay, hey, like even just loving body when it's like that seems like a different mindset for you to be in. That's going to help you move into that new space. Like, oh, it's not going to get punished, or we're not going to resist you for crying and being despair all the time. Like, okay, we're crying in despair. Okay. And then validate every pleasurable experience. So really be there like, oh my God, we just experienced pleasure. So sit with body and be like, we just experienced that. We're in this new world right now. Cool, right? So that's kind of just does that kind of answer your question? I can go.
Yeah, definitely, because like what I saw was like root chakra and third eye chakra, and like a bit of crown chakra. And like when you were like touching yourself, my body was like feeling it, like this is what I want. Like I just want to be touched and held and things. I was like, oh, positive reinforcement is really what I need. And like, yeah, like going slower and allowing my body to like experience this reality at the pace that we chose, you know, with this slow vibration is for a reason, you know, like we want to go through the slow process, because another thing is in the first meditation, or was it the second meditation, when I was seeing that dark zone, and I was like kind of going in and out of it, I was also noticing that like my soul was in like glee and delight, because it wanted those dark experiences to then come into revelation about like it wasn't like I wouldn't have understood shame and all that other stuff without experiencing shame and then transcending it. And so it was kind of like, it was like, I thought that it was a bad thing that I had these experiences, but really it was like, no, you're supposed to be here because now you finally have completed, you know, the mission that we needed to get this wisdom, this information. And so, yeah, that's how, thank you.
Exactly. See, that was a beautiful integration. Oh, amazing, amazing job. Cool, everybody. Amazing, amazing. Oh, thank you all for being here. I have reached my point. I thought I saw somebody else have a question. If they don't, forever remain silent. Just kidding. Oh, you do what you want to do.
Thanks for the call out on talking too much, by the way.
I
see
know,
you.
I saw you light up with that. I was like, you're allowed to talk. It's okay. You know, because I always got in trouble for talking too much in class. I made friends with every single person that was next to me. So whenever they would meet me, I'd be like, hi, what's up? What's your name? So beautiful. Okay, final question, Taylor. And then I'm going to
Sorry, I just wanted to clarify. Is your Patreon going up to $50 this next month?
Yes. Okay. I actually, something really exciting happened. So I found a new website.
Oh yeah, I heard that in your recap. Okay.
Yeah, I have to do it right after this because I have been trying to do everything to get everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm also working through my energies of pleasure and is this okay? Is this shameful? And all this stuff as I raise my price for next month. Yes, it will be $50 for the entire month. It is going to be on the website platform called Podia. And the greatest thing about Podia is that in the next coming months, as I get this more settled in, is that an affiliate program is allowed with that program. So if you refer people, you can have like, I don't know, I'm like playing with this, but like you can get $10 off that month. So that's kind of fun to play with. Also, it is more compact. I can go live on it. I can upload videos immediately to it. And Patreon also takes like a fuck ton of my money. And so this new platform, it is more centralized. It is like, the Facebook group is going to be amazing, but it looks like there's like a whole interface that I'm going to be able to create, which I'm going to probably go do right after this. But yes, so that is what I will be doing. I will be making sure that you guys are not going to be charged. So I might like pause the Patreon as I create this new system. And if you are desiring to enter into the Love Blueprint Month, so by the way, just letting you guys know, Love Blueprint Month, we're going to be going through and clearing out where we associate love with certain things, or the body associates love with certain things. So love is abuse, even though mentally we're like, oh, we want this, but bodies are like, I'm attracted to abuse. I'm attracted to that person who's a liar. I'm attracted to person to cheat on me. I'm attracted to the person who doesn't communicate with me. And so I'm going to be working with you guys to have 8 or 9 healings next March, and we're going to be clearing and digging, right? We're going to go through and really clear and dig out where we associate love with these different things. And that's not our truth, but that's what we were programmed to believe love is. So if you ever have a problem like falling in love or just being in a relationship with like a friend who's like never wants you to win, or like, but that's love to you. You know, you can't let them go. It has a hard time. So integrating a new blueprint, integrating a new energy with the bodies. April is going to be the continuation of that, but we're going to be filling in. So we're going to dig in March, my birthday fucking month. Why do I do this to myself? April, we're going to be filling in with love is connection. Love is feeling open. Love is this. So in the beginning, clearing, and then April, filling and becoming a vibrational match to those people. So yeah, that is what I have planned for. I will write a big thing about it. Yeah, so cool. Awesome. Okay, yeah. Oh, love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for connecting with me, relating with me. Thank you for stepping into this space of pleasure. I'm going to complete, but you're here. So let's go ahead and just have a magnet pull out the entire experience, everybody who just talked, everybody just watch all that energy just go and just say, I'm going to give all of your energy back to you, a magnet. And the magnet is just going to push it to everybody where it needs to go. Whew. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I release you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I release you. Thank you. I'm doing all these arm movements. I love moving my arms. Mercury in the 3rd house. Moving, 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 moving. Thank you, and I release you. And now have the magnet see a color and call yourself back in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I come back to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for my pink. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great. I will see you guys either next month, or please know that you're still always welcome in that Facebook group, okay? Unconditional love. Cool. Bye.